back control. So this is the theme we're working on this week. We're going to work on more the fundamental grips and what the grips mean, and specifically our hand position versus our leg position as well. Let's grab our Mel inside my back control. Okay, so we'll start with hand positions. As a general rule, we'll go seatbelt grip. I've got a couple of concepts that I like to work on the seatbelt grip. First of all is the hand that's over is the choke hand, the hand that's under is the control hand or the arm by arm. So as long as we understand that, we're kind of really, we're on the right mechanic. So for Mel to escape the back control, she needs to do with both the arm bar and she needs to do with both the choke. So if Mel starts to escape and put her left side onto the ground and move, I get access to the arm bar and the upgrade to the mount. When you think about it this way is, if Mel drives her elbow on the inside of her leg and squeezes her elbow down, looks towards the choke. Now we can grab the hand if you want to. I have a concept that I do, which is this hand here grabs the sleeve. Right, so this means it's very hard for me to get to the choke mechanic. We can use the other hand to get there in a second if you want to. We're going to look towards the danger, so the choke hand. We're going to slide our right shoulder away from my chest and put our back on the ground. So slide our right shoulder away. So this does two things. It nullifies the arm bar, because I now can't arm bar you. It also holds my shoulder to the ground because I can't get the grip, she's got the control. Your choice now. The way that I like to do is I now like to swing my left hand under the wrist, so it goes under, which will free and all the way through. So even though I get the control from here, she gets a better control. As Mel keeps looking to her left, she slides her hips out to the right and puts her left hip onto the ground and turns towards me, so she can now grab and come up on top. She's not going to get any points for escaping the back control, but she's going to get out of the back control. So again, once we're here, understand what the duty is. So we always want to kind of back ourselves up. So if we roll out and expose the arm for the arm bar, it's not a good thing. So to keep it locked in, we squeeze this in. What I like to do is from here is this hand here grips it, which means that there's a space that's harder for me to choke. If you roll with Mel's husband, what's his name? What's his name? That guy who always tries to get that arm bar. Who's been caught by Andrew? Yeah, we're going to actually ban this move. So this will set that move up as well. The concept is you need to get your shoulder away from my chest so you can put the back on the ground. Because if I'm tight to you, you can't get back. So as soon as you start to move, the downfall about it from here is this. You want to swing your hand on the inside so that now when you start to come over, you've got a frame system, so it's hard for me to control and better for you to come up. I'm going to go through a little bit of detail on that again. Okay. So one more time, very basic, is the grip. So mine is squeeze the control into this hand's core. I like to feed the hand through to this side here. No more choke. Okay. Separate the shoulder from the chest and move your shoulder. Look towards the danger, slide your back onto the ground from here. Now, it could be a little bit of a leg fight. So if your right knee's facing out and away, I'm always going to have a hook. So straighten your right leg and dig it underneath it. Now walk over. And now turn. So if I try and upgrade to mount position from here, you drive your left elbow towards the ground, and that's going to pin me so that there's a frame system, so it's harder for me to get up. So it's really important that we set this stuff up before we get there. We don't deal with it as we get there. Would like to see that one more time? Sure, okay. So the back control system is the control hand, so we want to control the control hand. That's the most important thing. Anytime your elbow's out, I can get separation and control you. Anytime your elbow's in, so you can control me. Very simple concept, okay? So I can't get the arm out. Whereas look towards the danger, the way I got taught with it, don't be a coward, look towards it's going to choke you. Easy, as a Brazilian, can't do it. And to separate the choke, we just grab the gi, pull the gi down, here we go. Separate the shoulders from the chest, turn, roll down, keep your right leg straight, come over the top, elbow on the inside, turn, and here we are. Perfect, good job, Mel. Okay, go behind the guys, 1, 2, 3. This is possibly one of the biggest things that ever changed my back control escape. So we have the hooks in and the seatbelt grip. Okay, so this to me was revolutionary as far as escaping the back control. And so we're what we call on the inside, but like Mel has all the controls on me. So 1 and 2, and I grip. I do like to keep my frame on the inside just to back it up. That way, if there is a hand fight, I've got the control of her arms, and it's really hard for her to move it. Whether I'm here, she can bring it, right? So it's kind of just like I'm going through from here. So if she does try to hand fight, I've got this better control. This is the part that made a huge change to my game, was this. I'm going to bring my feet up and I'm going to try and, if my toes are facing out, she has a hooking mechanic behind my knees. This is good for her. So what I try and do is I try and face my toes to the ceiling. So the hooking mechanic's nowhere near as good. The second thing about this is my driving mechanic becomes really good. I can now drive down. Right. So this doesn't sound that good, but now when I roll, I kick my leg, I'm already in the position to escape. I'm in a far better position to deal with the hooks and the knees because I've gone past her good grip position. So this is just such a little mechanic that, so first things first, I try and get on the inside, grab, just from here, nice feet. At the wide, it doesn't matter too much. The narrow, it still moves, but this is harder to move. So what I found was this is, I look towards the choke side, I simply drag down, kick, elbow on the inside, step, and I watch. 1, lift, 2. I've got an arm pin behind my back. So 9 out of 10 times I go and try and pull the arm out. It's really tight mechanic. I have a wrist lock there, sorry.
I said, are you sure that's just not your cheeky bicep that hangs?
Well, we're going to see pretty soon. Okay, so if we think about it this way, right? Anytime that my feet up, she can go toes under and gets a far better grip. Where if I go here, it's a lot harder for her to get the grips. Secondly, and this is my point of view, right? I could be wrong, but this is what I do and it suits me very well, is I try not to ever go towards the feet from here because she'll pull me back up and she'll get the reposition on me again. So for me personally, it's this, right? And I try and lift this up to drag this one under to roll up. Re-step, head in position, swim, lift, squeeze. Please bring that. It's good. How's that feel? This was an add-on, and this was just 100% through experimentation that I got to this position. It's really weird, like, I started doing this by myself, and then on like the YouTube and Instagram, then all of a sudden, like, a couple of people, hey, that's what you were doing, and it's not like I've discovered it, like, it's just something that made a lot of sense to me. So Mel's got my back again, and I want to become a cylinder to roll, and this is the whole concept behind it, was becoming a cylinder to roll. And a lot of the time that, like, when we're here, sometimes our own elbows are preventing, especially if they're on the inside, she knee squeezes, and I'm like, oh, I can't move. So one of the things that we started to do was I'd start to get the control and I'd switch the hand grip to this. So I'd try and pull, and like I'm trying to slide down and the legs are really strong like it. So I go from here. Or what I try and do is I put my hand between from here. So if she tries to like move or whatever like that, I've got this frame that allows me to push her. And so what I found from my point of view was that I started to go from here, and everyone would try and lose their grip to try and hunt the arm or whatever like that. And I put my arm back down and be back in position to be able to do the escape. So it's a bit of, a bit of fishing, baiting. You've got to make sure that your hand is not separated from your elbow so they can kimura you. That's the whole, you can't go ha 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 and they're like so what's going is 1, 2, you can put your hand in here if you want to defend the choke. Make sure you defend the choke down by the wrists so it's harder for them to grab the gi. I see people kind of defend the choke up here and they're going to get the collar, and now you're in trouble. So if I grab here and she tries to get the collar, at least I've kind of got some kind of like mechanic. Hand goes in, slide down, she'll go, okay, cool, nice. Now I can start to play the game. So just an add-on that if you roll me with the back control, I kind of, if you roll Tyrone, we both kind of do this, arms up in the air, and we're waiting for you to let go of your control grips to go to the arms. Once you lose the control grips on the chest, we can move our bodies. And if you don't move, we're going to just kind of slightly move to a similar position anyway. So one more time. So the rule once again is defend the choke, hand over. I like this grip, I don't like putting my hand under. But once I see it's pinned in, I can't use it. This grip here, I like this grip. Okay. Slide down, I can't get the purchase that I want. Hand comes through, start to lean. They generally, like, if they don't let go, like, I'm winning the fight anyway, it doesn't make any difference. So now, of course, the hands are pinned. I can get the leg slowly, pull the leg up. You're going to get like a micro knee bar here as well. They're going to go arts knee bar, kick and kick, switch. Come through. So you've got the wrist lock on the inside as well. So have a quick little play around that, guys. 1, 2, 3.
Feel all that?
That changes balance.
It's okay. You can do this either way, right? And it's kind of more about getting up. Let's go Mel on my back. So the concept behind it is if Mel has the hooks in back control and I want to look towards danger, right? So hand fight, I'm going to put my extra weight on that side to turn it. So now I come back on the inside and I can hold the leg. Does that make sense? So the side that I'm falling, I'm adding extra weight to the top of the lever to fall that way. If my partner's savvy and I go here and she throws me on the opposite side, so she goes from the opposite side, kick, boom. Now, we're out of back control, but we've got to watch upgrades now. The biggest thing for me is that this is the distance that she has to step over right now, she can manage quite easily. So this is the key. This whole thing here. So I increase the distance by putting a wedge between us. She can't elbow, my elbow's on the ground. So it's not I'm pushing, because this gives her asset. I'll put my elbow on the ground and use that to turn. So I've increased the distance that she has to try and step to get to the now position. And if she chooses to get to the side control instead, that's okay. I'm out of back control, and at least I'm not in the back control, I'm not in such a bad position. So ideally is I want to put added weight onto the side I want to fall. Keep my legs straight, fall. Elbow, elbow. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Change partners, guys. Get someone new. Let's practice. A couple of back tags specifically that we've kind of drilled that we're going to be in the position where the choke's pretty much on already, and we need to deal with the hand fighting, deal with the choke first. My concept on this, and it's really easy, is if you get choked, you tap, the fight's over. If you're willing to give away a position to stay in the fight and give away points, you're still in the fight. So my concept about it is it's pretty much the same as life, you know what I mean? Like if you're still in the game, you know, you're still able to play the game. Once you tap, you're out. So sometimes we don't, it's what I call like a no-win situation. I've got to give away a really bad position to stay in the game to hopefully work backwards. It's the same thing as like, you know, like you know, you're 45 seconds down in a fight and you're down by 3 points, you've lost the fight. So there's no point going, yeah, I didn't get submitted, you know, like you lost the fight, like, you know, you want to go out fighting. So sometimes you hear the coach say you've got to give something to get something. And this is one of those concepts. So we'll just grab, I'll just grab Mel first. We're going to start with this. So we're going to start on the seated butterfly guard on our knees. So Mel's on her knees. This is really simple. Okay, so it's grab, it's grab, slap, drag. Okay, so grab, slap, drag. I'm in the choke. Sorry, Mel. I'm pretty much in the choke position already. Does that kind of make sense? So the concept on this one is, if you think about it this way, I want to drag her back towards me to get the choke. So what we're going to do instead is we're going to put our right shoulder and our right ear on the ground as deep as we can. We're going to come up onto both of our feet. So we're going to TP. So as I'm doing the choke, our right shoulder and the right ear, I'm going to TP. So bring your feet up as high as you can. You're going to walk leftwards over my body. Come to the position. So this works off the arm drag. This also works off the back choke, but you've got to recognise you're in the choke. So the instant that you bring your hands up to fight this choke, you can't move because you've turned your back too far. So I kind of go grab, slap, drag. So grab, slap, turn the elbow, boom, and I'm like, wicked. Head goes to the ground, shoulder goes to the ground, right ear goes to the ground. Lift your bum up, so you want to TP as high as you can, walk, and guess what? Okay, you're still in the choke position, but it's harder for me to complete this. The way that I do it, this now, I put both of my palms together like I'm praying, put my palms on the ground. Now, I start to drive everything I can into the arms. So turn your head, just drive into the arms as far as you can to get the separation. And now you can access the, we'll call it the Dennehy arm bar. Okay. So, TP, your butt has to be higher than your head, like you're in the animal kingdom presenting. Get that image in your head. You don't get it? Nature Geographic.
Don't Google it. Don't Google it.
How dare you take away someone's education?
All I can think of is doing the red.
Yeah.
Okay. Edit that in the kids channel. Okay, so grab, slap, really important. We're taking the elbow further than the wrist to get a better choke. Well, as I cinch up the choke, you close my elbow down, come up on your tippy toes, step over, pray, turn your head away, drag the arm, and arm bar. Okay. So, there's one of the things that I do off the arm drag. I skip the arm drag. I did it in the ADCC in Thailand as well. When they go to arm drag, we skip the arm drag. So this is a really nice concept of any of the arm drags, how to do it. 1, 2, 3. Emma gets the arm, so gets the arm controls. Arm drags, but she brings her leg over. So I'm kind of caught in this position from here. So we've got to think about it exactly the same way as we were before. Is I can't turn the face of danger from here, so I've got to re-roll. And this is one of the hardest parts about the game is this. I've got to switch my hips. Turn, just like. I'm out of, I'm in back control, deep back control, but I've cleared the choke mechanic. So it's just one that I've got to give up something to get to here. So anytime that you're here, what I see people do is anytime I turn my shoulder over, this is pretty much death city because she's going to follow and choke. So I need to get rid of it. I need to get to a mechanic where I'm fine. So I always try and get like above here, keep my legs straight, leg goes out, here's my elbow, side, we're in the game. She doesn't have the arm bar, she can track me. So once again, here, create space. So if you do get the arm drags to the general, put your back on the ground, don't put your stomach on the ground, put a wedge between your palm and try and create space. Like you need to hand fight. Here, perhaps. So to move straight away, I'm going to show this little trick I do is this. Set this bottom hand. Anytime that your bottom hand's low, she gets access to my carotid and all that. So one of the first things I do is this, and it helps stop the choke. So it's more on my shoulder, and it's still going to choke me, but it gives me the mechanic. It's okay, you can squeeze me. Okay. So that means that the hand, switch, and then chicken squeeze, if you will, as much as you want to. Put your wedge on the ground. So she's going to try and grab the wedge. Cool, don't bridge, just turn. So same concept, anytime you're in the back choke, back on the ground, hand fight to create space. You don't have to pull the choke off, you just have to get enough space it's not choking you. Put a wedge between you and create space and move away. So I do the arm drag to the full back control, guys. Once again, the minor mechanic, one of the small details that really helped me with the chokes was this. We kind of go, so she goes arm drag, boom, feet goes in. So one thing for me, it's the same concept, is that So see her elbow? Okay. She's going to hand fight that. That's okay. Watch her goes on the ground. Her hand's stuck. Walk. Go.
Don't put your head. Jump. Yeah. That's what I'm up there.
While if you stay here, if I stay here, getting smashed up. Stays on, yeah?
Now hug it tight.
I get you.
Hug it tight.